Hello, I am Zachary Salmon, the creator of The Pirates and the Princess. This is an old animation series I made, and it had some pretty random things that you see here.
It was one of his first series.
Yes, it was one of my first series, as Hannah just said. It used her Playmobil toys and her toy castle and her boat, and as you can see, they all pile on top of each other when they get out of the boat, and this automatic door, they always disappear behind for some reason. Here's another random thing, so somehow they're coming up out of the ground. The princess goes to greet them, and they somehow fall out of the sky. Yeah, this makes no sense at all. It doesn't start making sense until the second episode. Right, so they all get up and they shake hands and introduces the family. And she shows them her horse, who goes out to drink some water from the fountain. You can hear little background noises from like my mom answering the phone. Okay, they go through the wall. I really don't understand that. I just sort of did that randomly.
They go into the jail.
I don't know why they went to the jail. Okay, the horse. Alright, when the tree starts spinning, that means something bad's happening. I've had to kind of explain that because no one really got that. Alright, so the bad thing that happened was they got locked in jail and everything starts disappearing all of a sudden. Alright, this happens randomly in a few episodes. This prince guy comes in and gets stuck in the vent. Alright, so they all pop out of jail because the tree stopped spinning. And so they get on the boat and say bye to the princess and sail away. So that was the first episode. Yeah, it's weird. So at the end, I always took advantage of the background noises and made. Yeah, I did that by just making random sounds as I was recording, taking frames. So in this one, it's basically about there's this picture that causes bad luck. You can't see it, but it's a guy with electric hands standing in front of a bunch of giant feet. So, yep, there it is. So they got off the ship. So there's a wedding going on at the castle. The princess is getting married to the prince. And there's a prince right there by the horse, and they disappear. Alright, the princess is getting married today. Come see the wedding. That's what it said. Right, so there they are. Everyone starts showing up for the wedding. Everyone. Bunch of random stuff. A dinosaur. A thing. A rabbit thing. Okay, this is the weirdest part. There's a bride car! And the gate closes on it. And then the picture comes and wipes them out, which causes bad luck. So they all get on the ship to try to escape from the picture. So they're crowding onto the ship. And they all appear. Right, so the ship backs out and goes away. Okay, and everything starts falling. And the picture has just wiped them out again and caused them more bad luck, and the tree starts spinning. Okay, did you see that? I don't think you caught that. It was a big jumble. Alright, so they suddenly fall off the ship, and the prince takes charge and starts rolling, and somehow they pop out of there. Right now, somehow that got turned around, so he's reversing it. And they go back to the castle, and the princess locks the paper in jail because it's bad. Pirates and the Brand New Prince. This is a weird one. So, in this one, the prince basically turns evil.
Also in the Pirates in the Picture. Sorry,
Here's my bad introduction.
I get confused with that.
No script, so it's kind of stumbling.
It sounds so young.
Yeah, I did sound so young. This was 2007. I wasn't even a preteen yet when I made this. Now I'm a teenager. Woo, came out. Right, he somehow appeared there. So pulled in, they get off as usual, and they knock each other over, and they pile on top of each other somehow. And then that just falls. So the princess sees them there and goes to greet them, and the prince does too. Alright, so there's the automatically opening door. They go in. They disappear. Right, so they're shaking hands. Everything seems normal, but the tree starts spinning. Something bad's gonna happen. So he knocks him over. He knocks her over.
It runs her over.
He knocks the horse over.
Die, horse.
Alright, so princess is tending to her when he knocks the princess over. But then the princess stops him, so they get into a fight.
And it looks like he kills her.
It didn't kill her because she got
The next day.
So he takes the paper out of jail, just throws it away, and puts him in jail. They thank her. Ah! There's that guy again.
Okay, I have something to say.
Hold on. Yep, alright, what?
The family doesn't really look that much like a group of pirates.
No, they're not really pirates. I just decided to call them pirates, just out of random. Here's a Pirates in the Spinning Tree. I couldn't figure out if any other title song. One of those classic, like, detective kind of things. Alright, so the princess is standing in the castle, and she goes to greet the pirate family who's coming in.
Not really pirates.
Nope, they're not really pirates. And she goes to check on him in jail. Asks him how's he's doing. They go over and greet her, and the tree runs him over. This time it's the tree that's bad. The tree is explaining itself by spinning.
How can a tree move?
I don't know how a tree moves. So she goes up there and decides to look down at the tree, and the horse is drinking its water. Okay, the door starts doing something weird. Some weird dance thing. Right, so he's trying to get out of jail, and she's just kind of annoyed that he's banging on the bars and stuff. So she sits in front of the bars, and the tree comes and runs her over. Ah. So the tree goes and wipes all the family out who's sitting eating lunch.
How can a tree do that?
I don't know how a tree did that. I don't know how the tree even got up the steps. Alright, then the horse is spinning in circles.
And then the tree kills the horse.
This is weirder than YouTube poop. Alright, so those two. Alright, so she takes the prince out of jail who's been bad and throws him away into the sea. And she takes the tree and puts it in jail.
Did you see the wall?
She had to take down the wall to fit them. Boink, boink, boink. That was my parents eating lunch. Dinner, I mean. I shot these all at nighttime except for the first one, which I shot while my mom was on the phone at daytime and I was bored and I had nothing else to do. Alright. Worst introduction song ever. I admit. I was really young. I tried to make it sound like horse clops. Alright. Same drill. They go in, the princess greets her. Ah! She falls down the ladder. And this time she goes aboard the ship. And they sail away with her.
They're kidnapping her.
No, not really. She wanted to go. So they're sailing through the Isle, and the prince suddenly appears, and he disappears, and he falls over. And I don't know what's going on here. I guess it's just effects. I was kind of playing with the effects there.
The video went all wrong.
Alright, so he picks up the sword, because he just found it. Okay, the door starts doing its jig again, and he walks in. And he sword fights the horse, and the horse knocks him over, and then the bad prince comes, and he goes in jail with the tree randomly. So the weird night guy goes in, and a bunch of other things start going in, and they go in, and then the bucket goes in, and a cannon goes in, and whatever it is goes in the steering wheel. And so they're all piled in, and then they just fall through the ground because it collapses somehow. There's some rip in the fabric of physics. Alright, so she takes the tree out of jail, and it was the knight who's bad this time. So she puts him in jail.
Why is there always somebody bad? Why does the princess always save the day?
I don't know why the princess always saves the day. And I don't know how the horse got up the stairs.
I thought the prince was supposed to save the day.
Yeah, me too. This time it's always the prince that's bad. Alright, they start appearing in random places and sail away. Alright.
Why was the wife hanging upside down?
I don't know. Alright, so that was all the same drill over and over again. You know, same thing. They go in, someone saves the day. The last one, the 6th, is very different. because it uses a different concept.
I like to call it a dirty toilet.
This time it takes place at their house. Alright, don't say anything else, please, about that. Alright, so they're sailing home after visiting the princess, and they go in, you know, and they appear and close the doors. This is really weird. Alright, so it's nighttime. The lady walks you can't see, the lady walks the girl into the room and tucks her in bed. She turns off the light. Alright. So, you can't see, but the ship is sailing off and then coming back. And now it's morning again. And, alright, so the covers come off and, they notice that the princess is there. She sailed in the middle of the night to visit them, so they just decide to greet her. Then children come over and they adore her, so they're like, oh, princess is here, yay! And so she goes to make breakfast. So yeah, that's about all of that scene. Then it's nighttime. Alright, so the next day, for some reason, they wake up and notice she's not there. But for a split second, she appears in the bed. Right, then she goes over to use the potty because she hasn't slept in a long time. She wakes up, she gets up and there's a poo there, and the princess steals it. She steals the cake.
Princess make a poopy.
Alright, so she goes in and the princess turns off the light. Alright, so they decide something's weird, so they go and sail off and go to the princess's place. You can hear some music playing in the background. Sorry, I'm gone. If anybody needs to go to jail, put them in yourself. Sincerely, the princess. So they turn around because the princess isn't there. Everything just starts collapsing and doing weird things. Everything I could think of. So that was the final episode. I intended to make more. I intended to make 10, but I never got around to it. Now my camera doesn't want to do animation anymore, so it doesn't look like I'm going to be making any more. So,
And he's
yep. Bye.